Welcome back, everyone, for the first week of March. Thank you for joining us. I am your host, John Murray.
And I am your co-host, Jeremy Fairhurst.
And this is the
And
JMA
this is
Podcast.
JMA Podcast. Yeah, we tried it.
All right, so we're trying something new here, but we got our special guest of the week, John Romero Jr., coach of UFC Riverdale and founder of the JRomesInvitational.
For having me.
Jeremy, you were supposed to, that was the part where you were supposed to be like, but before we introduce him, we have some updates and upcoming events to announce. Jay, thank you for being here. We do have a little quick segment here we have to go over before we jump right in. Some kind of mix-up happened in this new swing of setup, but it's all right. All right, we have the BMF title fight. Max Holloway, BMF champion, is set to defend his title against Charles Oliveira in the main event of UFC 326 this Saturday, March 7th. How hyped are we for this?
It'll be a good one.
Yeah, no, that's actually good. That's gonna be a really good one, dude. Who do you got for that? How are you feeling about JRomes? What do you think? Because I want to go with Max, but it's hard to say.
I love Max, but I'm gonna be biased just because I'm a jiu-jitsu guy, and I'm gonna go with Oliveira. Let's go.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
All right.
Just me being biased.
Then we have UFC Mexico upset. Loner Kavanaugh shocked the world by defeating two-time former champion Brandon Moreno via unanimous decision in Mexico City last Saturday. Jeremy, did you watch that?
I did, and I'm gonna be honest. It's been a couple days, but I clearly if I remember, I want to say it was that he started hitting Brandon with some body shots. I could be completely wrong, and somebody's gonna roast me. But I want to say that he definitely started picking him apart like over the course of the fight. He just had a really well put together plan. It was a good fight. I'm gonna be honest that it's been a long weekend, so I don't remember the exact details on it.
That's fair. Rankings shake up following his win. Loner debuted in the flyweight rankings at number 6, while Moreno dropped to number 7. Do we know who the number 1 in flyweights is right now?
I can look it up.
What's next?
I mean, it's a pretty short list at flyweight, so that's why I'm. All right, UFC athlete rankings. You got flyweight. You got Joshua Van Pantoja is still number 1. And then you've got Manel Cape, and then Tatsuro Taira at number 3. And he's the one fighting for it next. I'm pretty sure Tyra versus Van just got announced. So Loner Kavanaugh, that'll be a good one. Yeah, he's got a couple options. Him at number 6. He's got Kyoji Horiguchi. That's the karate guy that impressed me so much. That fought a couple weeks ago. Brandon Royval at number 4. Tatsuro Taira at number 3. Manel Cape at number 2, and then Pantoja at 1. I think Pantoja. I think he's back training already, isn't he? I'm not sure on that one, but I want to say that his injury wasn't as bad as everybody thought it was.
All right. Welterweight rumor. We have reports suggesting the potential fight between champion Islam Makhachev and undefeated contender Michael Morales for UFC 330 on July 11th. How do we feel about that lineup? Makhachev's been...
Did he? Yeah, he got double champ status, didn't he? Shit.
Mm-hmm. I think Michael Morales is the Ecuadorian dude, right?
I think so. Morales, I definitely remember hearing some hype around him, but I'm going to be honest, man, I'm having a hard time keeping up with some of these, a lot of the fighters that I really followed are kind of on their way out at this point, so I need to start. Yeah, he's Ecuadorian, yep. 19-0.
I'm gonna have to be. I'm gonna be biased on that one too.
Okay. Shit. What's his last win, man? I wonder. I remember.
It was by Leon Edwards, I think it was.
Oh no, he knocked out Sean Brady last.
Oh yeah, and then Leon Edwards before that, right?
He's knocked out. I don't even see Edwards. I see he knocked out Brady. He knocked out Gilbert Burns before that. He knocked out Neil Magny before that. He won a decision over some Matthews. Yeah, I don't see Edwards on there. I don't think he's fought Edwards yet.
Oh, I thought he did.
Yeah, man, Edwards he's Leon. What? That's actually a good question because I'd kind of completely forgotten about what he's been up to. He kind of had a really quick rise and then a really quick fall all at the same time. Yeah, he just lost to Carlos Prates.
Okay.
In November, he got knocked out in round 2, and then he lost to Sean Brady by sub before that, and then he lost to Bilal Muhammad before that. So he's on a three fight skid at this point.
Damn.
Oh. In other news, roster cuts. The UFC has reportedly released flyweight Felipe Bunes and middleweight Joseph Daniel Medina following their recent losses at UFC. How do we feel about the cutting of the roster? I mean, they already have a sizable roster, and most of the fighters don't fight on it.
Yeah, I mean, flyweight's been shrinking. You pretty much, I mean, when you're getting to the point that you're signing people and giving them title shots, like right off the rip, they're struggling to keep that alive. Unfortunately, I don't know enough about. No, Muniz, that looks familiar. Who did he just fight? I watched that fight. Whoa, okay, now that's kind of weird. I thought he looked like he did fairly good at that. He lost a split decision. They cut him?
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, they cut him. That's actually, okay, I'm intrigued by that. Because I watched Felipe Bunes. He won a split decision, and he lost, but there was a reason it was a split. So I'm very shocked that after losing a unanimous decision and then losing a split decision, they would cut him.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I guess they're just, I mean, especially, I wonder if that has anything to do with all this boxing money that they're throwing out there, too. Like, who knows?
And then, weird. Finally, on our list of news, we have the big brawl that happened at RAF recently. I'm not familiar with RAF. I believe this was their 6th event. Dalton, if you want to throw that up on the screen real quick.
All right, hold on.
Yeah, put that up on the screen. Because we got the clip from it. What are you doing?
Really?
Where'd it go?
See, I haven't actually watched this, so.
Yeah, it was crazy. They took him down one.
They have like some crazy power ties and crazy like smash in his face.
Where's that first one?
Aren't they fighting each other again? Or grappling against each other again?
I don't know. I think they got him away from each other. At that point, it was like the teams in them. What would even prompt you to start doing that?
He ended up with dude, and then Arlen just stays in trouble though, bro. Like, and that's just gonna kind of be the thing. Is it's like he screwed up the title shot, and then he's doing this stupid shit. But then again, it's like I'm kind of biased on that too, because like the UFC picks and chooses when they care about that kind of behavior. So it's kind of like, oh, we gonna give Arman crap for this, and then like just shrug our shoulders at half the other antics that like Diaz or anybody else has pulled. Like, so, I don't know. It's kind of. I feel like it's another reason that they're gonna blackball him from going anywhere near the title.
Nah, yeah, and I mean, especially after that, I would be surprised if he doesn't face a suspension.
Yeah, the commission.
They probably won't though if it has nothing to do with the UFC.
I mean, hopefully not. Like, hopefully he just stays out. Well, yeah, that's true. I mean, if it's not UFC related, Dana's probably just gonna be like, whatever. Like, it's probably more online fan hate than that. I'm not that familiar with RAF, honestly, so I'm talking a little bit. Don't they just? It's just grappling stuff, right?
Pretty
Because
sure.
I've been
Yeah,
noticing.
it's like a wrestling match.
Yeah.
Okay,
It was just wrestling.
interesting.
You know, you
Interesting.
can't pull guard or butt scoot.
All right, John. Well,
Speaking of
what?
pulling guard and butt scoot, and you can get that over at the Arnold Classic, which includes multiple fitness and combat sports events coming up March 5th and 6th, Columbus, Ohio. Lou Neglia's Ring of Combat 89, March 6th in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Future of Fighting is coming back March 14th to Louisville, Kentucky. Hammer Cheerleading Series Team Duel Championship, March 21st, Wappingers, New York. Art of Combat, Mud Creek Fight Night, April 25th, Savona, New York. And finally, Rival FC, May 9th, Paducah, Kentucky. Guys, if you like what we do here, you can swing over to the store, use JMA Podcast discount code, get a one-time 10% off on your first purchase. Make sure you swing over to the VIP section, subscribe, and get a monthly 10% discount code in our newsletter, which also includes discount codes to our partners, which include Team Takeover and a few others. I'm not going to spoil them. You got to go join the newsletter, find out for yourself. And one last event. We're gonna be streaming the Capital District Basketball League playoffs Monday, March 9th, 6 p.m. to roughly about 9 p.m. So stay tuned. Subscribe to the J Murray Athletics on YouTube. Guys, without further ado, JRomes, thank you for being here.
Yes, sir.
We did something a little different here today. We got you part of our news updates, which is always fun.
What up? You gotta stay up to date to the JMA. If you ain't part of JMA, I don't know. You guys are missing out.
Right. I don't know what's keeping everyone. Gotta come join the community. We gotta grow in the community. We got good people. We got good vibes. Jay, you got an upcoming event yourself. JRomesInvitational. Invitational. We got a little banner behind you. Why don't you tell us about it?
Yeah, JRI 3. A little mix up on the date right now. So it was supposed to be this month in March. There was I guess some type of miscommunication as far as date. So we're gonna push it back a little sooner than later. So it's either April or May. We're looking to drop this. So we just don't have a date exactly full one, but we do have the location. It's just a date now. It seems that the two of us aren't on the same page, but I should have that taken care of sometime soon. But yeah, JRI 3. It's gonna be pretty dope.
Are you guys still
Go ahead.
Are you guys still looking for matches?
I mean, I took a break on the matchmaking just until I can figure out the date. I think the date is important more than the matches, just because I can't. If I don't have a date, then I don't even know if the fighter is available. So I have to make sure the date makes sense, and then once that's done, I can start pushing the event. But yeah, it's either going to be in New Jersey or I'm now thinking of another location. I don't want to say the name just yet, just because I don't want to jinx myself. Yeah, but yeah, sooner than later, April, May. I should have the date soon, so I can post it on Instagram and let everybody know.
What made you kickstart the first event?
Honestly, I think this is my past working with Chronic. I love throwing events. And also I know there is a few promotions in Jersey, but they don't really run it the way I kind of like it to be ran. So mine's more of like a show, more of like a chill vibe, more than it is just people scrapping. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of just do something different, something closer to home, something with my own creative control, and just kind of connect everyone that I've been working with throughout this whole time and kind of put it all together. Because I have all these different sponsors and all these different demographics. So it's cool that it just fits now when I throw an event. It just all makes sense. All of us collabing and killing it together.
For sure. What do you think makes the JRomes Invitational unique? You said that you really wanted to focus on the environment. What have you incorporated into the event to make that environment special?
Yeah, I would say that's a good question. I would say the fact that I'm a competitor myself, I think that's what makes it unique. A lot of the fighters, they respect that. They know that I do have their best interest in front. I'm not just there just to throw a show and sell tickets. I genuinely want to see jiu-jitsu grow, especially in this area. There is a lot of dogs in my part of Jersey. They just don't have maybe the network that I do to help get themselves out there. So I would say just because of that, the fact that I'm an athlete myself and I'm an active competitor, a lot of the fighters are more willing to drop what they're doing to come compete and actually give a good show and actually give shit away. Oh, excuse my language. I give stuff away also, like money. One of the cool things is we had 20 matches at the last one, right? And then for every person who hit an arm bar, they got $50. I had two matches that won $500. Um, plus like other things like prizes and things like that. So the fact that you come to my event, you compete, you actually walk out with something other than just a pat on the back, like hey, good job. I think that's what sets me apart from everybody else. I'm tired. At least my first year, almost 2 years of competing, I would compete, and if I didn't win, yeah, maybe I deserve not to go home with something. But um, even if I did, there was times all I did was just go home with Instagram clips, and that's just not enough anymore. Like so I want to be that guy that continue to move the sport forward. That way, these athletes can either get paid or feel like they was able to bring home something. If that makes sense.
No, it does, and I appreciate the sentiment. I think jujitsu is a difficult sport where I feel like the I'm looking at we're looking at our own little invitational, and part of that is like one of the things I've realized. I'm trying to get into the camera. I realized I slid out. Um, no, I realized is like the cost of the overhead for kind of putting something together and then like the end profit is really slim for jiu-jitsu tournaments. It is not a profitable venture. So when you're giving out that amount of money, you're really cutting into like the end profit for the event.
Yeah,
And I, that I just said like I noticed that. Like I'm doing
yeah,
the math here and I'm thinking of like shit. Like you're like that's ticket sales right there, you know? So like
yeah.
it's nice to see that someone else in the community is thinking of these things and like thinking of the athletes and what they're putting in and finding a way to kind of reward them. Or even if you're not winning your match, if you hit something, you hit the right thing, you get a nice little bonus.
Yeah, like I get lucky because I have a lot of sponsors that support. Like this one, I have two specific sponsors who are throwing up a lot of money. They're actually throwing up almost $1,300 themselves into the event. So like that already takes care of my main event, my co-main event. Now I can come up with a way to maybe pay a third match, some grand prize type money. So I think not to pat myself on the back. I just having a good time networking with people, networking with the right people, selling myself to the point where they're like, all right, I see the vision. I see what this guy's trying to do. I'm willing to invest into what he's doing. I think that's what helps a lot. So the overhead, yeah, it to kind of circle back to that, it does play a toll. But if you have the right team or the right sponsors to help out, it really shouldn't be all too much out of pocket. It's the extra stuff like camera crew or uh, the ring girls, things like that. Like, because I have ring girls, I have judges, I have all this other stuff too that I have to pay, not just the location. So it's just like all the extra stuff that you want to do should be, the where you do come out of pocket. I'm trying to figure that out. But like the money paying for the athletes or paying for the like prizes and things, that should be something that should be easily solvable, you know? That
Yeah.
makes sense.
One okay. So someone starting their own promotion might have questions. I think this is one that a lot of people ask is even fighters. You know, how do you go about finding these this support, or and how did you even go even a step further? How did you go about finding the supportive community that you have that's allowed you to go to where you are today?
Yeah, I would say that 99% of the people I work with are people that I met like in person. I've had some sort of conversation with them and we just kind of hit it off. Every one of the sponsors that I work with literally was because of that. I think my first sponsor ever was Nations, and the second one was my good buddy Ramirez Paint and Bath. Ramirez Paint and Bath we met when I was a white belt. He was purple. He owned his own business, and he just loved the fact that I was always out here grinding, competing. One day it was just like, hey, bro, like you do so much, you compete so much, I just want to give back, like to you. And I'm like, we came up with an idea, and then that just kind of just sparked, something in me to kind of just, all right, cool. Like maybe I can just keep networking with people. And then with Nations, it was the same thing, kind of like, hey, scratch my back, I scratch yours type of deal. I would help him with social media. He would throw me a bunch of gear. I would wear it. I would post it every day. Just kind of just throwing myself out there in the mix, and just, showing my worth again. And I had this conversation on multiple different podcasts. It's just like, it's not, you don't have to be Nicky Rod. You don't have to be Gordon Ryan to land all these sponsors. Like, sometimes you just got to be at the right spot at the right time and actually offer something. Some people be like, oh yeah, let me get like to sponsor me. And then like the guy will ask them, all right, what can you do for me? And then they don't even have an answer. They just say, hey, I'll just post you on Instagram. But like, that's not it. Like for me, all right, cool. Like, yeah, we'll work together, but I can have you at my event. I can get people to come and actually spend money working with you. Or just by you working with me, people will come be in front of you and somehow you're spending money. They're spending money with you or on you, So I guess just putting people in front of people looking to make money, and like proving it, that's been my biggest way of, solidifying business for myself. Or I guess you could say sponsors for myself. Yeah.
No, it's fine.
I feel like I rambled a little bit, but
No,
I don't have a real answer like when it comes to that question, because like a lot of these people I met literally in person. Like it's just we were in the right path, getting to know each other. They saw something. I'm active on social media.
I think that's been a consistent thing that I've heard, at least with when talking to people and exploring this in our own career here. It's really building those connections. It's building those friendships and having like not just like the connection with the person you're talking to. Because do you want to give to random Joe Blow down the street?
Yeah.
Most people don't want to. So like you gotta, if you think of it in that context, it becomes a little simpler. We're still figuring it out ourselves. But.
Yeah, and some people too, they're all over the place, right? Like I work with one Jiu-Jitsu brand, and that's the only Jiu-Jitsu brand I'm gonna work with, period. Right. I work with a food brand, home cooked goods, or home cooked meals, excuse me. I'm not gonna push another one. Like, I said, that's it. Like, so there's people who are literally brand hopping. They don't care who it is. They just want something. Where I personally, like, I've worked with you in the past. I'm a fan of yours. I believe in what you do. So they sense that genuine, excitement too. Like, I'm not just looking at you as a meal ticket. So it's just like, people need to understand, like, that's what it has to be. Like, if it's someone who supported you, right? And I tell this to my one buddy who was looking for sponsors and is working for them. If a brand goes out of their way, reaches out to you, shows you love, like, rock with that brand. You don't know what comes out of that, right? And maybe one day they throw you a rash guard out, like, for example, One Sleeve, right? I don't know if you guys ever heard of them. They do a lot of the rash guards for Black Hole. But I met the owner, Jay, at Finishers. And I just had started working with Nations. And he was just like, hey, man, like, would you be willing to wear my rash guard? Blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, yeah, I'm down. Like, fuck it. When he asked another person next to me who was working with Nations as well, she wasn't really all that willing to do it. But, like, I didn't care. Like, it is what it is. It's not like we're signed by blood where we can't wear other people's outfits or whatnot. So I was like, you know what, bro? Come, I'll do it, bro. I wore the rash guard. I won. And for the last 3 years, Jay's been one of my biggest supporters. I may not be sponsored under him, but, whenever he sees me, he literally hands me money. It's just like, yo, bro, he always says it. one day JRomes is gonna be multiple zeros behind what I'm giving you. And it's it's true. Like every time we see each other, he shows me love. Like again, he blesses me with money, or like he just always gives me some type of positive like feedback about something, or just blesses me with like some gems on how to take myself or handle business. And that's worth a lot. So shouts to Jay. I feel like I went on a tangent there, but
What was the name of his brand again? Go
it's
ahead.
called, it's called One Sleeve, and the owner's name is Jay. Jay One Sleeve. Little One Sleeve is the Instagram, or One Sleeve Store is the Instagram.
Motherfuckers better go over there and go check it out.
Go check out my man's out there.
You really just dropped some gems there about like networking and brand loyalty in general, because like it seemed like the big theme you were saying there is like, as long as you are just showing that you're genuine and you have something to offer, and that it's an actually mutually beneficial relationship, and not you just being like whoever, Jim Joe, asking for money, like, hey, I'll shut you out, that people naturally are going to be attracted to that and attracted to that energy and work with you. And I feel like that might also like attract the people who have that same business oriented mindset too. And I think we talked about that before. I thought a little bit the last time you were on. I know a lot of our guests have talked about that, about the people around you being very important to your success.
Yeah.
So like when you're going and finding these sponsors and everything, like it's interesting to hear you talk about and explain that to everybody, to see like what you need to do to actually show that you're providing something and not just taking without, so yeah, that's good stuff, man. So
and a lot of the times too, I don't mean to cut you off, but like even the word fine, like the word fine, like I don't really find them, like they kind of come to me, like, oh yo, JRomes, like I was thinking like let's have a chat, like blah blah blah, and then like next thing you know, now we're talking about working together, and that's been the theme for the last 3 years for me. I think I've done a good job of putting myself out there and showing to some of these other brands like, hey, like this brand's finding success working with me. There's no reason why you can't. I just need to believe that what you're offering actually works, or like you could have some type of buy-in with me. Because again, people, if I support JMA, right, people aren't going to support JMA until they see me genuinely showing JMA all this love. Now people are starting to get curious, like, oh damn, like who is JMA? What, like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Check them out. So yeah, my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No. I honestly, I needed to be cut off there because I made my point and I was trying to figure out how to move on to the next one. So, thank you. No, that was good stuff, man. John,
So I did have one other question I wanted to get around to before we lose too much time. You did compete recently, and I hope you don't mind me asking. Competed at Hammer Challenge Series.
Yeah, that was a few weeks ago. I think you meant the one from this past weekend.
You had the opportunity to compete against someone who was actually in your lineup for your promotion. What was that experience like? Did you know going in that you were going to be going up against someone who you were gonna be like putting up in a fight or a match, and like how did that, like, I'm just kind of wondering, like, what was that like? What was going through your head, and like where were you feeling like in that moment?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I didn't really care about that. I know who you're talking about. You're talking about Jack, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, so I competed against Jack almost 2 years ago when I was a blue belt. Not too early at blue, but like somewhere in the middle. We went against each other. So I was more like, my mind was like, all right, I don't want to lose the same way I did last time. I think Jack is very experienced, really good grappler, very technical grappler. Even though he throws a lot of funny, cool shit out there and gets it, he's still very technical and good. So my whole mindset was like, I don't want to lose the same way I did last time. And I feel like for the most part, I did very well, which kind of still bothers me about that match. I did very well until I got overzealous. And that's where I kind of messed up. Because even the armbar, I remember I got stuck in that triangle armbar for a bit. My arm hurt. I should have tapped to that before I tapped to the ankle lock. Yeah, man, I'm more mad about that match because I feel like I let that match slip through my fingers, if anything. But the mindset to that, it is what it is. Like I'm cool with a lot of the times why my card, the JRI is fun to go to is because I know a lot of the guys that I invite to compete. I know their styles. I either been to a practice with them, or I competed against them, or I've trained with them, where I know, all right, cool. I would like to see this guy with this guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? 9 times out of 10, I've already rolled with some of these guys, whether they're a heavyweight or a lightweight or female, whoever. So yeah, to me, it's not really there's not too much to think about when it comes to that. My mindset's typically if I fought them before, I don't want to either lose or I want to win in more of a dominant fashion than the last time.
All right.
Yeah.
No, that was solid. I just remember like at Hammer, I remember Josh coming up to you beforehand and being like, "You cool with this?"
Yeah. I'm pretty laid back, bro. I don't really care too much. Even if I competed against, like, even if you're gonna be on my card, like I don't care. Even if you beat me, I'm still gonna have you on my card. It just shows me like, all right, cool. I went the right route, and I'm not inviting a scrub to compete on my on my show. If you can beat me, you get an automatic ticket to JRI.
That's cool. So you're actually using the competition as a way to be able to analyze and see. It actually gives you that insider knowledge, quote unquote, on how to put together a
Yep.
great card for yourself. That's really cool, dude.
Yeah, and
Honestly,
a lot
it's
of
like
the last 2 cards, they weren't boring at all. They've been actually pretty entertaining from the first match all the way to the last one.
UFC BJJ better start paying attention.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Mikey Musineski's getting boring.
Yeah, they need to get someone from the JRI the JRI roster.
X.
Which is cool too, because like my roster started with only legit 20 people in the first card. Now I have a whole Rolodex of 180 athletes that I can kind of just go down the pipe. So matchmaking is super easy for me. The hardest part is situations like what I mentioned earlier, figuring out a date.
You have an actual Rolodex?
Yeah, I do. Not the old school one, but I just call it a Rolodex. It's more of like a Google Sheets. But
Okay.
But in the next few years, Google Sheets will be Rolodex. I'm pretty sure. Time is going too fast. Things are evolving too much. Just like Jiu-Jitsu, man. Like you got to either evolve or die in Jiu-Jitsu, and I'm a firm believer of that.
Yeah, no, like listen, man. After watching some of the guys at Hammer Challenge Series and like Rolling Stoners and just going around and traveling and seeing some of the competition level, it's like, yeah, no, I can't do that. I can't keep up with that. It's too much energy. I'm too tired.
I felt that, bro. I'm always like the oldest one on the card, so I felt that.
All right, how are we feeling about some trivia?
Let's get it. Game time.
Oh.
Let's go. I feel like I'm gonna shit the bed again. Last time I was on here. Let's go, confidence. Let's go.
I'm gonna be a little trivia gremlin today. Okay.
Let's
It'll
go.
be easy money. And the fun part about this for me is I haven't seen these questions either, like 9 out of 10 times. So I am just you'll probably know more than I will about what I'm reading off. Dalton, bet. Okay.
Oh.
According to who, Madara was the greatest taijutsu master in Naruto? Or who, according to Madara, was the greatest taijutsu master ever in Naruto? Gai Sensei, Rock Lee, or Minato?
I want to say Gai Sensei. I think it's Gai Sensei. But Minato is a bad guy, so I think Madara was talking about him, but I'm going to go with Gai Sensei.
According to Madara, who was the greatest taijutsu master in Naruto? Gai Sensei. I think you're right on that one. I know my Naruto
was fucking him up at the end during the war.
Yep, and yep, you got that. I knew you got one that right off the rib. I remember one. Because Gai Sensei start sacrificing himself in order to beat him, and then Madara says, "Yes, I name you the greatest taijutsu user." So, all right.
Yeah, I think he got put in a wheelchair after that, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, because it was supposed to kill him, and then they did some like plot armor crap with Naruto and the Nine Tails chakra, and so we were like, well, he's here. He's just crippled and can't use his legs.
That bowl cut saved him.
The bowl cut saved him. Yep. The power of friendship. All right, Dalton. What's up number 2? I don't know on this one. Let's see. Current UFC pound for pound #1 fighter.
Makachev. We just had this conversation. It's B.
Makachev. Yeah, I think you're right on that one. I honestly had forgotten that, but yeah, he's double champ now, right?
Well, he's the current double champ right now, yeah.
So yeah, that's crazy because they talked about could he do it for but he did it so effortlessly too. I forgot how bad he dominated JDM.
Let's go. Two better than last time. We got one more, right?
Maybe. Sometimes they be throwing like 5-6 questions in here, and they be surprising us. All right, number 3. What deli meat does Tony Soprano always ask for?
Gabagool. Come on, dog. Jersey. I know this one.
Okay. So here's I don't know that. I know what salami is. What is gabagool?
I don't know, but Tony Soprano used to go crazy for gabagool.
I gotta figure this out now. What is gabagool? What the
gabagool?
Okay, let's go. 3 in a row.
What do we got? Come on.
What is the name of the 9-tailed fox sealed inside Naruto Uzumaki?
D. 4-0,
yeah.
Baby. Let's go.
Kurama, yeah, okay. Yeah, you got that one easy. Who's Gyuki? Is that even Naruto?
I think Gyuki's one of the other tailed beasts.
I know Shukaku is the 1-tails. Kurama's definitely the 9-tails. Man, you blew through this one.
Or some shit. The squid.
And you got the round of applause. Let's go. Are there any more questions, or did we just blow through them?
You just blew through them.
Do I get like a t-shirt or something, a hoodie? What's up? I didn't get one last time. I didn't expect to get one last time. I didn't get none right.
I don't know. We should have some products coming out soon. I should have some at hopefully some of the new or upcoming events. So heckle me and I'll throw you something.
Heckle me, I got you.
Man, that was good. You blew through that one.
Yeah,
I felt good. I felt good going into this one. You see, I last one I went 0-3, so this one, I took that one personal. So I figured I'd come out the gate red hot.
You went 4-0, man. You
just like my jiu-jitsu. I come out the gate red hot, ready to go.
Speaking of your jiu-jitsu, man, as we come around the corner to the close, where can people go train with you? You coach over at UFC Riverdale. I assume you do privates and all that good shit.
Yeah, so I train during the day at Bodega Jiu-Jitsu with Kevon Gianni, Sean Yadi Marco. I coach full-time I coach not full-time, but I coach at UFC Gym Riverdale in New Jersey. And I also just started the last 2 months. I took over the no-gi program at Roll Star in Hackensack, New Jersey. So right now I'm coaching at 2 different locations, but for training, I train at Bodegas. It's a little all over the place the last couple weeks, but I'm hoping to get back into camp because I have a big fight coming up soon, or a big grappling match coming up soon. Bodega Jiu-Jitsu in Maplewood is where I get my training. But if you want to come do privates, or if you want to come train and just see some stuff that I'm teaching, UFC Gym Riverdale and Roll Star in Hackensack.
All right. And where can people follow you on social media?
Yeah, I'm mostly on Instagram, and I just started my TikTok. YouTube, it's all the same shit too. It's _J_JRomes__. And it's the same It's the same handle on all three platforms. I only use Instagram though. I need to get better at the other ones. It's just so much, bro. It's so many platforms. I just catch myself posting the same thing on all of them.
Yeah, I mean, it's too much to keep up with sometimes, and everyone has a different format, and I feel like each one has a different vibe, and it's like, holy shit, how do you keep up with this?
Yeah, like with me, like I've been around since Instagram was invented, so it's just like that. I kind of I adapted with every update that Instagram had.
Man, I remember when no one was on Facebook and everyone was saying, "Oh no, well, I'm still on MySpace. I'm on MySpace. Why am I gonna switch to Facebook?"
Yep, I was one of them. MySpace was the shit. He was able. We were good at coding. You remember that? We were all good at coding at one point. And
Oh,
then
this
now we just straight up for. Well, I don't know how to code anymore, but it's MySpace.
See,
Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry, my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off. But you said coding.
Yeah, bro. MySpace back in the day, you would be able to code some shit, and you'll be able to put music.
Yeah, you learn HTML.
Yeah, someone will go on your page, music will be on there, or like the background would be different. Like you can, rather than a top 8, you could do like a top 100 if you knew how to code that properly. And it's crazy because if you were to ask me to do that now, I can't. Like I don't even know how to.
Man, it was crazy.
I don't even remember how to get there, but I was like 11, 12, or 14.
There were whole like websites dedicated to like helping you customize your whole Facebook page, so you could have music, videos playing. You could have like your top friends. And you could literally select who your friends were on the top, and like sometimes people would have like these fights over.
Bro.
You would put the wrong person as number 1, and everyone else in your friend group is like unfriends you.
Yeah, your personal friends will not mess with you. Like, what? I'm not number 1 in your top 8. Like,
if you had no
Well, why
comment,
does it matter doing this? Well, what?
that's what
I missed out.
Listen, man, everyone's been saying this for years. We've been saying this for years. Why doesn't Facebook just give us our customizable profiles back?
I just feel like now with everything, they're just dumbing us down more, bro. Like before, we had to think how to do that. Like some girl taught me how to do that back in the day, and I just wish I remembered because, like, I feel like, bro, think about it. For coding, you get paid so much money just to go to school for that.
That's true.
And we just learned it for free just because we wanted a cool Instagram or a cool MySpace page.
I mean, you learned it. I just copy and pasted. I went to some sketchy website and got some patchy like background and shit.
Yeah, bro. I would have like stuff fall from the top, like sprinkle down.
Oh,
Yeah, like cool stuff, bro. Early 2000 stuff, bro.
Man, it was good times. Speaking of good times, this podcast was a good time, man. It's been good having you here.
Oh yeah, man. Thank you for having me, guys. It feels good to be back.
Absolutely.
Hopefully we come back again. I mean, I come back with a big W. I'm supposed to be competing April 3rd. Yeah, April 3rd in Philadelphia.
Dude, where at?
I think I could talk about it. Not entirely sure. I know I had to sign some shit last time, but I'm gonna be in Fury Cage Grappling. I think I'm gonna compete on UFC Fight Pass, which is sick. I don't want to say who it is just yet because we were supposed to fight in February or go against each other in February, and then the date changed. So I learned to stop jinxing myself. It's a match I wanted. This kid's really good. He's a brown belt D1 wrestler. I'm gonna be at a 165 weight class, which I feel really confident at. So should be a good match. You know, I'm excited. I know he's trying to get on the UFC BJJ, so I'm kind of in his way for this one. So that's what I'm hoping. I can just crush the man's dreams a bit.
You're gonna take those dreams away, my man.
Yeah, he's a dog though. Like, you know, this is if you know when I get this W, it will be probably my biggest win of my jiu-jitsu competition career. So I'm excited for that. So stay tuned for me to post that bad boy.
Shit, man, we're gonna be.
I'll definitely have to tune in for that.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be sick. I was on UFC Fight Pass earlier this year, I think it was, or the end of last year. Didn't get the W I wanted, but we're back at it this time. Well, technically, I was an undercard, so I was on OnlyFans. Shouts to OnlyFans. But last time, yeah, I was dumbfounded when I told you about my OnlyFans. But we did compete on OnlyFans because I was on the undercard. But this time, I'm assuming just because this kid has like a 6-0 record on this promotion, I'll be on the main card this time. So, yeah, I'm excited. April 3rd, Philadelphia. Let's go.
Let's get it.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys, this is gonna close out JMA Podcast. This has been JRomes. That was Jeremy Fairhurst. I'm John Murray. Guys, thank you for being here today. Make sure you go swing over to the J. Murray Athletic store. Go join the VIP program. Go swing over to Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, everything. Go subscribe, like. Your engagement means the world. You being here means the world. Stay blessed. Peace.
Peace out. Gang, gang.